Pitch from Cameron Meyer. Jenna Laird will lead things off. Pitches just misses for ball one. Here is that starting lineup presented by Capital One. Top four have been everything for them. Laird, Honnold, and Hay especially have been outstanding. Abby Hay hitting .500 this weekend and has driven in 4 runs. One count to Jenna Laird, hit her first home run since 2022. She had great pop her first 2 seasons, 14 home runs in her career, but then nothing last year and nothing this year until last night.
I think it was about 750 days since her last home run, but boy, was it timely last night as an insurance run to come through for Missouri.
And that didn't barely clear the wall and right. It landed beyond the berm and the sidewalk that is out there.
I did ask Jenna, how it felt to hit the home run, and she says, it's been so long since I've hit one, but I don't just rely on the home run. She kept saying, I'm okay hitting doubles and singles. I just want to contribute, set up the team, and if I can hit a home run here and there, then that's always a good sign.
Senior class for Missouri with a great turnaround from last season. This is a much more connected group. A lot of freshmen that have added a ton of personality to this team. The seniors kind of shaking their head asking about that freshman class when they were talking to us. I think they love them, but they always thought, they said, we would never have done that stuff when we were freshmen.
Yeah, they're the Missouri freshman class, fearless and very outgoing.
Laird fouls this back into the concourse.
I think that dynamic in the personality where your senior class is a little bit more calm, very focused, a little more serious, and the freshmen a little bit more outgoing helps probably make your senior class feel a little more relaxed.
Especially when Abby Hayes in the 4-hole doing what she's done so far, as it's a full count between Laird and Meyer to start off this game. Hit hard into left field and down in front of left fielder Rongish. Just the start the Tigers wanted.
Good piece of hitting by Jenna Laird up in the top half of the outside zone, but able to get her barrel there. Takes it opposite field to drop it in for a single.
5th hit of the weekend for Jenna Laird. And now Alex Honnold, who has 4 hits this weekend and has scored 3 times. Talk to me as a pitcher, seeing this Missouri lineup that you have success against the first time. I mean, it's awkward. Do you make the adjustments because you were so good the first time around? How do you approach it?
Yeah, the more a lineup sees.
This might be a double play. What a play up the middle by Lindsey Tucker.
Wow, and the Omaha defense continues to show up for Cameron Meyer. A hard hit ground ball by Alex Honnold up the middle, but Lindsey Tucker is playing up there. She takes it herself to secure the double play. Really good stretch over there by J.L. Johnson.
2 away. Tucker, a staple for Omaha at the top of their order, along with the shortstop Maggie O'Brien. Tie for ball 1. This is Maddie Gallagher. She's reached 4 times this weekend, but has just 1 hit. Port Washington, New York. Falls behind in the count, 1-2. Some cloud cover right now in Columbia over this beautiful stadium, but 86 degrees today. It's expected to be the warmest day of the weekend here at this regional. We like the breeze, though, a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze is kind of nice. It has been warm. Oh, that's a good pitch by Cameron Meyer. Good pitcher's pitch, might be just a little bit low, but excellent location there.
Gallagher was 0 for 3 against Meyer in game 1. 3-2. Again, fouled up and out of play. Cameron Meyer, a grad student from Wilton, Iowa, went to Durant Community School. She's the Summit League Pitcher of the Year, their all-time strikeout leader in conference history. Trying to send Omaha to their first ever super regional appearance. This is back-to-back postseasons for a program that just joined the Division I ranks in 2012. They went 1-2 at the Baton Rouge Regional last year. That misses outside. Great AB from Gallagher to give Missouri a 2-out base runner.
Number 36, first baseman, Abby Hay.
Here's Abby Hay. Right here in Columbia, Missouri. Watches strike one on the outside corner.
Abby Hay, the freshman, she's been red hot this weekend. Has a home run, a couple doubles, a single.
One count against Cameron Meyer. Hay has been exceptional as her freshman season has progressed, just continued to get better and better. 4 home runs on the year, all of them since April began.
Yeah, she did not start the season playing. She started on the bench. She came into Mizzou as a catcher, became a first baseman. And then had to earn her spot.
A tough spot right here against Cameron Meyer, down 1-2 in the count, 2 away, 1 on for the Tigers. Top of the first, Missouri the visiting team today because Omaha went 2-0 to start this regional. Tigers stay in their own dugout. Mike Hurd and company over in the first base dugout. There's Anderson, year 6. Mike Hurd in his 3rd season as Hay continues to fight off pitches. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. 25th pitch in the first inning. Missouri has made Cameron Meyer work. A single from Laird, a hard hit ball from Honnold, and then the walk. And that just misses inside.
Yeah, just misses inside. A good offering by Cameron Meyer. Going outside, but coming back in, trying to get the strikeout. Looking, just tails a little bit too much on her, for her.
3-2. That's fouled down the right field line and out of play.
Every Missouri batter in this first inning has gone deep in the count. Many foul balls. Extending Cameron Meyer's pitch count.
Hay gets a hold of this one high into center field. Kramer wanders over, and that's going to do it. Couple base runners for Missouri in the first, but Cameron Meyer puts a 0 up.
Throw everything, but the thing that makes Lauren Kring successful is her changeup. It keeps her pitch count low, which allows her to throw multiple games.
See if Omaha can solve that. The starting lineup for the Mavericks brought to you by Capital One. Top of the order, Tucker and O'Brien, really, really talented. Thomason's had a big swing, but it's been the Omaha native, Ava Rongish, both games, the game-winning home run in the top of the 9th, and then drove in the go-ahead run against Washington that ended up being the game winner as well. 3 years for Mike Hurd at Omaha, and here they are, back-to-back regionals, their first ever regional final.
Yeah, I'm sure the Omaha team, their adrenaline is pumping right now, a little bit of nerves and excitement. But they have risen to the occasion multiple times this year throughout some big competition. Obviously had 2 big wins, one versus Missouri in the opening round, one versus Washington in the semifinal yesterday. and then several big wins, including one from ASU in preseason.
Omaha opened the Summit League tournament with a 14-inning win over Kansas City. They lost game 2, so they had to fight back and beat South Dakota State twice in the championship final of that tournament to even make it to this point, as Lauren Krings gets a fly out of Lindsey Tucker.
Shortstop number 1, Maggie O'Brien.
Missouri entered the regional hot off the SEC tournament, where they made a run to the championship game that they would lose to Florida, but they're used to playing close games. They just didn't quite have that energy. They made some mistakes on the base paths in game 1 against Omaha. Yesterday, completely different team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday, they showed up with a lot more energy. Didn't look as nervous or as hesitant. They were aggressive early, and Lauren Krings really led them from the circle. It starts in the circle. She was very efficient. She pounded the zone, hitter after hitter, and got easy out to the Missouri defense, where they were able to take that momentum into their offensive.
Maggie O'Brien now the 2-hole, the shortstop with a couple hits this weekend, hitting .373 for the season. Tucker and O'Brien combined for 131 hits on the year for Mike Hurd. O'Brien, a junior from Illinois. Said it's going to be tough next year when a couple of these seniors take off. And we talked to Cameron Meyer and we talked to Lindsey Tucker, who you see right there. And those were 2 of them she was talking about. Crenshaw, some issue here with her behind the plate for Missouri.
Pointing at her forearm. Not sure if she might have gotten hit or needs a sweatband. Something might have happened.
I think there's some blood on her arm.
Gonna tape it up. So no catcher's interference, but looks like she might have got grazed a little bit on the foul ball. Oh yeah, she definitely felt that. Needs a second.
Catchers are tough, right?
They sure are. They sure are. Catchers, you know, they put on that gear, and it's like they become superheroes back there, willing to sacrifice their body and do whatever it takes.
This is right at Honnold. She takes a couple small steps back, and there's 2 outs. Honnold in center field. We've seen her. Here is Sydney Thomason. This is a similar spot to when she stepped up in game 1 against the Tigers. She had a solo home run in the first inning. Thomason made her way from California to Kearney, Nebraska, where she started her career at Division II Nebraska Kearney, and now to Omaha. Instantly became their best power hitter. 8 home runs on the season. Home run and a double this weekend.
Definitely shows the story of your freshman year to your senior year and the growth that you can have as an athlete. Here, Omaha 8 seniors, all of them improving as they go, as she takes a swing and miss.
Strikeout number 1.
Lauren Krings changeup.
For Krings, 1, 2, 3 through the top of the order against Ocean.
Yeah, Olivia Galati was the ace for that Hofstra team that made a really good run when Coach Larissa Anderson was over coaching at Hofstra.
She's been on the other side of this and hoping to not be a victim of that 4th seed in the region taking down the Tigers.
Yeah, when you have an ace pitcher, using them, you know, as they'll go as far as you can take them. And when we see some of these mid-majors, or you're looking at schools that aren't in the Power 5, that's one thing that is a key to their success, right? They have to have an ace pitcher to take them all the way. And they will ride that arm as far as they will take her. Same with Omaha here.
It's into right field and caught by Kaylee Langer, 1 out. Here's what Omaha did. Their most successful season in program history as a Division I program. Their second straight Summit League title. They were 7-0 in conference series. It's the defense, a .980 fielding percentage, 5th in Division I. You get the cliche of the little things, and we got to play good defense. Their defense has won them 2 games, you could argue.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Cameron Meyer obviously is helping their defense as the strikeout queen. She's going to get a handful of strikeouts, but we have seen some incredible plays from Omaha defense. Throws at the plate, electrifying catches, all of them. And Coach Mike Hurd has preached defense to this Omaha team since day 1 in the fall. It's something they take a lot of pride in.
Again to Thomason, she stays busy. 2 quick outs here on flyouts. Three straight retired, all of them in the air. Talked about the Tiger bats at the top of the order starting to get going, but they really need the bottom of their order to produce a little bit more. This is Kara Daly, who's 0 for 7 on the weekend. She's been hit by a pitch from Jefferson City, Missouri. Mom played softball in college at Division II Central Missouri in Warrensburg. Long run here for Thomason, can't quite get there. Daly, plenty of pop, still a very dangerous bat. The average is down this year. But with 1 swing, she can change the game. 1-1 pitch outside. Maybe not the Nebraska team or star pitcher that many fans across the country thought they would see playing in a regional final this year. Thought that might have been the Huskers with Jordy Ball when she decided to transfer from Oklahoma last offseason. But here we are, it's the team from Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha, such a good run. Back-to-back Summit League champions.
Big swing there from Daly to foul it back, full count.
On the outside corner, Daly just misses this pitch going straight back. That's when you know your timing is good offensively. Speaking with Coach Mike Hurd, he said he wants them to swing more off of Cameron Meyer today, be more aggressive early in the count, and try to cut off the top half of the zone. What we mean by that is trying to eliminate the Cameron Meyer rise ball.
And Daly fighting it off. The Tigers have been putting together some really good at-bats so far. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming, the 41st for Meyer already in the 2nd inning, which does not faze her one bit.
Not at all. Cameron Meyer's used to a heavy workload as a power pitcher, a rise ball pitcher.
Hit hard into right center field. That's going to get down. Extra bases with 2 outs for Kara Daly, her first hit of the weekend.
Good piece of hitting by Kara Daly, opposite field. They went there multiple times with foul balls, but she's able to get her full barrel to this one for the stand-up double.
7th double of the season for Daly. Now hoping Kaylee Langer can come through as she takes strike 1.
We've seen the Missouri offense, especially the bottom of the offense, starting to show bunt a lot more since yesterday. Trying to find a way to get themselves on base. They know they haven't been producing well, but they've got to see more pitches. They got to have more competitive and quality at-bats. Coach Jeff Cottrell said that You know, we know that they're struggling at times, but we just can't watch so many pitches. We have to try to find a way to make every pitch count, and if it's there, put swings on it.
0-2 just misses there to Langer.
That was a nice pitch by Cameron Meyer. Broke up and in as it was crossing home plate. Those are the pitches sometimes. The hitters move so much, no one's really sure where the strike is.
Straight back again by Langer, and this is positive from the bottom of the order for the Tigers to see some good ABs, because 5 through 9, 4 for 40 entering today with no extra base hits. So Daly's double, the first one of the weekend for the bottom 5 in the Tigers order. Inside, and that gets Kaylee Langer.
Yeah, if you're Cameron Meyer, that's not where you want to be on a hit by pitch in the bottom of the lineup. Missouri's bottom of the lineup has not been producing well. Their averages at times of this season are 200 and below. I know you want to go inside, but it just runs in on her. She's able to put her back knee right into it and take first base.
Team high 20th time she's been hit by a pitch, but they retire the next batter, Claire Cahalan, quickly to strand 2 Tigers on here in Columbia, getting done 9 o'clock or so like we did.
Yeah, beautiful weather here. We'll thank the softball gods for that one.
4-5-6 due up for Omaha against Lauren Krings. Yesterday induced 16 flyouts, 9 groundouts, and struck out 6 across her 2 appearances.
Yeah, Lauren Krings just super efficient yesterday. Game 1, just 86 pitches in 6.1 innings. Game 2, 77 pitches in 4.2 innings. For the most of this season, she's been just a starter. They have used a reliever in Marissa McCann coming in around the 4th or 5th, depending on how the game is going. But it is important to note that Krings, the senior pitcher on their staff, has extended a little bit longer. So she does have 8 complete games, although their pitching staff does tend to pitch by committee.
McCann had a really nice relief appearance last night. There she is.
Yeah, just 17 pitches out of the bullpen. A lot of 1 pitch, 1 out on a very aggressive swinging Washington team.
Swings through it. Krings gets strikeout number 2. Back-to-back for her to end the first and begin the second.
Passing the information. Alex Olson passing the information on to Sydney Ross, trying to figure out Lauren Krings, what pitch to look for. Little check swing on that rise ball that just struck out Alex Olson. A little smile from Sydney Ross. I'm sure she's thinking, she just told me. She just told me not to swing at that, and accidentally got a foul ball on a check swing. My bat found that barrel. Or, sorry, the ball somehow found the barrel.
An inside corner for Krings against Ross from Lee Summit, Missouri. Probably one of the only catchers in the country that calls all the pitches behind the plate for Cameron Meyer. 0-2 from Krings, bounces. Throws her hands up. And, well, happens sometimes. Lost 2 for 7. She had the 2 RBI double yesterday to tie the game against Washington. Oh man, that might have hit her if she didn't make contact with that ball.
Yeah, a little defensive swing. No one wants to get hit by a pitch. Protecting not only yourself, but your hands speed up because the ball's coming at you.
Watches that one low, 2-2. Timeout called by Julia Crenshaw there, and she didn't even necessarily want to talk to Krings, but I think there must have been a mix-up on the signs.
Yeah, or even possibly just a little late on the shot clock, the pitch clock.
Straight back into the netting, still 2-2. Well, Krings all smiles. She should be the way she's throwing the last couple days.
Yeah, she said she really wanted to just go out and leave it all on the field as a senior. Game one, she felt like everyone was tense and wanted to just have fun.
Offside for Daly, 2 outs. But way back when, in the 70s, Connie Clausen, their first head coach, built the program. They won an AIAW World Series. They used to be regulars there. 2001 Division II national champs most recently, and now at the Division I level. And Connie Clausen has been watching the games in Omaha. She's been locked in, loving every second of it. Seeing the enrollment just over 15,000 their first year of softball, 1969. Joined the Summit League in 2012. Swings through it. Big cut there for strike 2. And this is Ava Rongish.
Ava Rongish with a big swing. She has had some big hits today, and is okay with them swinging through. Coach Mike Hurd mentioned, you know, we want them to take the big cuts and big swings. We know that we're going to strike out sometimes, and that's okay. Let's take our big cuts because we got to keep swinging, and balls will eventually fall. Don't let the big swing deter you in your at-bat. Use it to collect information on movement, spin, what adjustments you need to make, and what pitch could potentially be coming next.
Making Krings work these last couple batters, but she still hasn't allowed anything in this game. 3-2, outside, and there it is. The first base runner for Omaha is Rongish.
It's a really good at-bat by Ava Rongish. Working the count, making Lauren Krings go deep in the count, fouling some pitches off, but also really knowing the zone. Because Krings has been mostly a starter this year for Missouri, and she pitched 2 games yesterday, it's important for Omaha to extend Krings. The more pitches she can throw per inning, per hitter, the higher the likelihood that Omaha's offense will start to produce.
Now Krings working against J.L. Johnson, who's 0 for 7 on the weekend, with Rongish at first base, and that missed. The game had been tied with a double from Sydney Ross. Rongish stepped up and gave him the lead that would not be relinquished. Just a sophomore, too. Went to Millard West in Omaha, Nebraska. Just misses 2-2.
It's a good eye by J.L. Johnson.
Two. Upstairs, full count. Smiles from Rongish over at first base. That misses. Back-to-back walks here as Krings lets that pitch get away.
Tries to go to the changeup there, but it just floats high. Back-to-back walks. Krings is at pitch 35. She did throw 2 games yesterday.
The third walk of the weekend for her. Now Larissa Anderson wants to chat.
I'm sure she's going to talk a little bit about Krings getting her front foot down. Make sure that her pitcher still feels good enough to keep moving. Yesterday, when Lauren Krings asked for the ball in game 2, Coach Larissa Anderson asked her, you know, do you have anything left in her tank? And Lauren Krings came up to her and said, every time you take me out, you ask me, do you have more? How do you feel? How are your legs feeling? And Krings told Coach Anderson, I have more left. And you told me to tell you every time that I come out if I can go. And today I can go. There's still left in my tank. I want the ball. And for Coach Anderson as a senior pitcher, the experience, it's hard to say no. It's hard to say no when you're senior pitcher, someone that's led a program, that's invested in the Missouri Tigers for 4 years. It's hard to say no to that senior. Of course, Coach Anderson did mention that both Sierra Harrison and
in the first, again, Missouri the visiting team in this first game. A win for Omaha, and it's off to Supers. A win for Missouri, and we run it back.
Jenna Laird has been a staple at the top of the lineup all 4 years for Missouri. Mixing power and has pretty good speed.
Tigers got off to their best start since 2009 this year with a 10-0 start. Their first loss came to San Diego State. They won 50 games back in 2009. Laird, this to deep center field. Kramer back to the track, and there's one out.
Number 25, center fielder, Alex Collins.
There's been some outstanding softball played here in Columbia. You see what they did this year. 29-8 is what that start got extended to. Their best since 2013, most wins since 2014. They sit at 45 coming into today. Larissa Anderson trying to continue to build this program. Year 6, and completely flipped things around from last year's team. Learning how to communicate to her players differently, and they responded in the best of ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Larissa Anderson and the team, they all admitted last year the team was a little bit divided.
Donald grounds out.
Coming in this season, Coach Anderson evaluated herself and said, you know, I've got to be a better coach. What do I need to do to get the most out of my players? I trust the talent and who I recruited, but there's something missing. And ultimately, she came down to the fact that she felt her communication needed to be better. Like, I need to communicate better, is what she told herself. And she went even as far as hiring a coach's coach. Yes, a coach's coach. She hired Betsy Butterick, who worked with the Las Vegas Aces and has
taught her how to communicate with Gen Z, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A bit different group. Omaha. Krings back out there for inning number 3. First pitch swinging by Mara Kramer, who's made the biggest impact with her glove this weekend.
Absolutely. Mara Kramer has had a great catch at the wall. She also threw out a Missouri runner in game 1. I still think it might be one of the best throws from the outfield I've seen. In the air from mid-center field. Not even a bounce.
It's out in the center or in left field, and Laird tracks it down. One out. Saw 86 degrees, but the real field temperature 98 degrees with the humidity.
Not to mention what it feels like on the playing surface. Probably a little warmer than that. Speaking from experience, it's always warmer on the field, no matter what. And it's especially hot in the circle.
Did you ever have grip issues with the ball as far as when your hands were kind of sweaty?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Early in my collegiate career, I never really used rosin or anything like that. But as I progressed through my professional career, I liked the rosin. I did use Gorilla Grip as well at times, which is kind of like a little towel that helps you, which is now legal in NCAA softball. It's legal professionally.
Krings had a little bit of control trouble in the second inning. She walked back-to-back runners with 2 outs, but was able to get out of it, and then gets out number 1 here in the third. But top of the order, Lindsay Tucker. What the approach for Omaha offensively against Lauren Krings? How do you make adjustments against her?
Lauren Krings, so yesterday I think Washington had the approach to swing early in the count to prevent the Lauren Krings changeup so they're not as susceptible to the changeup. But today, Omaha trying to go a little deeper in the count. I think that's a smart decision, especially since Krings threw 2 games yesterday. She is more of a starter. I wouldn't call her a true ace. She does pitch up to 5 innings at the most, but knowing that the higher her pitch count goes up, the bigger percentage Omaha hitters have to be successful.
It's hit right at the first baseman, Abby Hay. 2 quick outs here now for Krings.
You know, that's just what Lauren Krings wants. She wants to be efficient. She's going to continue to pound the zone and try to get people to roll over or fly out, not throw a lot of pitches. You don't want to see her in a 3-1, a 3-0, a 3-2. You don't want to see her in 2. She doesn't want to get to 2-2. She's going to use all her pitches early.
Pitching has been a strength for Missouri all season long.
Absolutely.
3rd best ERA overall, and then the 5th best ERA in SEC play among those conference teams.
I really like how they've adapted this staff approach in creating roles, and their pitchers have embraced that.
Just straight power from Krings to blow it past Maggie O'Brien at the plate. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 3rd. That misses outside. You mentioned the staff approach. Everyone has their roles. Sierra Harrison and Lauren Krings, their primary starters. Marissa McCann kind of in middle relief. She's 3rd on the team in innings pitched. And then the nation's save leader, Taylor Pinnell, who sits 1 shy of tying the single season record in the NCAA. Larissa Anderson, coach, second time seeing Meyer this weekend. Some really good at-bats, especially those first couple innings. What do you want your hitters looking for off her?
I mean, a ball that's over the heart of the plate. She gets ahead early, so we got to be a little bit more aggressive early in the count, because as soon as she gets ahead, she really starts to work with the corners and gets us to chase borderline pitches. So I'd like to see us be a little bit more aggressive.
Coach Anderson, what is the mindset coming in today, knowing that you have a big challenge versus Cameron Meyer in Omaha, but also potentially having to play 2 games in this heat?
I mean, we're fighting for right now. We got to win this game, and we're battling, and we got to gut it out, and everything we have. I mean, all hands on deck at this point.
Thanks for the time, as
Thanks,
always, Coach.
Thanks, MIZ.
Larissa Anderson has done an exceptional job as the head coach of Missouri, has such a great perspective as John Hay, Abby Hay's dad, looks on. Her dad played baseball here at Missouri, was an all-conference player. Her mom was an all-conference golfer for the Tigers.
Apparently that's his superstitious spot out there. You know, I guess superstitions in both baseball and softball. Superstitions don't die after you stop playing the game. They follow through for the parents out there.
He was in for 1 game, right? And then they lost, and so he had to depart the stadium, and he kind of lives out on that left field wall over there.
Well, I bet you both Abby and his wife, Amy, probably said, hey, you got to go back out to your spot.
Mom stays in. She hits this pretty good in the center, but Kramer's over there for out number 1. A little smile. He knew that was a pretty good swing, I think.
The catcher, number 11, Julia Crenshaw.
Hay is 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to center field, and that makes way for Julia Crenshaw, the catcher.
Nice pitch by Cameron Meyer there. Aggressive to get a first pitch strike. As she's settling in, we see her having a little bit better count control. That means getting ahead early.
Crenshaw just 1 for 10 on the weekend, a walk and a hit by pitch, but she has thrown 2 runners out trying to steal second behind the plate for Missouri. She gets ahead in the count here, 2-1. The end of the bat and into the Omaha fan section.
Oh, I'll take a bite out of that.
What in the world?
Oh, and gives it to the little boy. How cute. Probably get that signed a little bit later.
A little bit more square on that swing, but can't quite straighten it out. 2-2 is the count. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you get to keep those.
Oh, giving it back. Yeah. Softball budget's not quite what the MLB budget is.
You ever caught a ball at a game in the stands? I mean, I think you've caught a few in the game,
mean,
but
it's not often that I've been in the stands.
Okay.
So I mean, I just recently retired.
there you
so.
go. There you go. I just want to see you catch one in the booth, really, as this is hit well into right center field. Long run for Kramer, reaches out and snags it.
Mara Kramer, she is just showing off in the outfield this weekend. One of the third, fourth, fifth play that we've seen her tracking it down. Mara Kramer off the bat, a great job, taking a deep angle, extends her glove at the last second. Notice how it stays tucked in, and then she extends her glove to secure the catch. An excellent run down there by the Mara Kramer Omaha center fielder.
And she's had a big impact this weekend, maybe none bigger than the throw she made in the first game against the Missouri Tigers from center field to cut down a runner at home on an absolute line.
Yeah, it was a great throw. That fires up Cameron Meyer. When your outfielders can make catches and plays like that for you.
1-1 count. Stefania Abrascato, ground ball to Tucker at second base. Cameron Meyer is presented by Capital One. 0-0 going to the bottom of the fourth in Columbia. We're joined by Omaha head coach Mike Hurd. Coach, you guys have played a lot of emotional games, picked up big wins. How important was yesterday's rest after that win over Washington?
Yeah, really big. We've a lot of innings on our pitchers and our players too the last 10 days. So that was nice to have a few extra hours and a relaxing night.
Yeah, Coach Hurd. Lauren Krings right now seems to have a number on your offense. What's the adjustment that you're telling your offense to do right now?
Yeah, just the same plan, same approach that we had during the game. She's really good, right? So not unusual that she's hard to hit. But I think our plan's still there. We'll just continue to come at her and see how things go.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Lauren Krings, laser focus. And in some ways, she has been loose within that focus, having some fun, but pitcher's duel is brewing in Columbia. Krings and Meyer, I know you're loving this right now.
Oh, absolutely. My pitcher's heart loves this. It was fun. Lauren Krings, she seems to be really loose when she's not on the mound. And then she steps into the circle, the catcher gets set, and it's just laser focus. All the laughter, the big smiles go away, and she zones in. So really good separation and mindset for her to be balancing that focus, but still being able to be loose enough to not let it weigh on her.
What's this day like, whether you're on the side of Missouri where you have to win 2, or if you're in Omaha's shoes and you just need 1, but knowing that at the end of this day it's either over or you're moving on?
I think this day, there's a lot of emotions that ride with it. There's a lot of determination. You really want it, and it's something that you've looked forward to since the start of the season, your goals. And for Missouri or Omaha, it's the first step. It's the first step on the road to the Women's College World Series. You cannot make Oklahoma City if you do not win a regional. So it's kind of the realization of, hey, we made it here, but now we got to somehow figure out a way to step our game up and push through. A lot of these games are very intense. Some of the best games in the World Series tournament are often these regional finals.
Yeah, it's such a fun weekend across the country. You have so much softball going on, upsets and storylines that develop that carry on throughout the Women's College World Series. It's kind of the beginning of that stardom that you can raise yourself to, and one that comes to mind was somebody who came through here in Super Regionals with James Madison, Odyssey Alexander. You just never know when you're going to get that next star.
Yeah, Odyssey Alexander, the breakout star, but it started here in Columbia, Missouri. And then we all have seen it, the diving play in Oklahoma City on the squeeze play versus Oklahoma State where she dove and tagged the runner out. But it all started with that first regional win.
Over to the left side and taken care of by Kara Daly, who has been lights out defensively. 1 away. And retires Sydney Thomason, the 3-hole. Five straight retired for Lauren Krings. Brings up Alex Olson, the designated player, still looking for her first hit of this regional. In there for strike 1. Omaha used to big crowds around this time of year for the Men's College World Series, but would love to make their way to Oklahoma City. 0-1. Big swing right there for strike 2.
Yeah, big swing and miss for Alex Olson. The 5th for Omaha hitters. They take some really big cuts. But Coach Mike Hurd mentioned it to us. He's not afraid of letting his players take really big swings and misses. He says it's okay. You have to have the big swing and misses against pitchers. Pitchers are good, and Lauren Krings is no exception. But you have to keep swinging and using that information to understand what pitch will probably come next.
Big swing and miss right there for Krings. 3 strikeouts today, 9 on the weekend.
Lauren Krings with the low rise on the outside corner for her 3rd strikeout of the day.
High into left center field, Alex Honnold roams over. And another 1-2-3 inning for Lauren Krings. At the plate, this has been an incredible atmosphere all weekend long. Daly sends it into the crowd. She doubled her last trip to the plate. Talk a lot about Abby Hayes. She's kind of become that 4th bat for the Tigers at the top, but now they're looking for that 5th one somewhere in the 5 through 9 range.
Yeah, they have definitely struggled lower in the lineup throughout their season. But since yesterday, the bottom half of their lineup has really had a higher focus, trying to do anything and everything to get on, have more quality at bats, 5-6 pitches, and that one
just out of the reach of Kramer. Now trying to stretch it to second. How about that from Daly? Back-to-back doubles. Missouri is in business here in the 5th. They need this.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Kara Daly. Inside corner, a little bit high. tries to make an effort play, but not able to secure the ball. Daly able to slide in. And Boyd coming up clutch for Mizzou today with 2 doubles so far.
Bunts down, play made at first for out number 1, but the sacrifice works to perfection from Kaylee Langer. And 60 feet from home now is Kara Daly. Marissa Anderson looks like she's going to make a change here. Instead of Claire Cahalan coming to the plate, it's going to be Katie Chester, a sophomore from Liberty, Missouri. The Missouri fans anxious right now, hoping to take the lead as we get to the latter stages of this game.
Yeah, Katie Chester started the year off as the DP, but has since transferred to the pinch hitting role. She's used to this role coming off the bench, so no news to her coming in with runners on base.
Mike Hurd wants to talk things over with his infield as well. Sydney Neismer, the senior from Elkhorn, Nebraska, working in Omaha's bullpen. Have not seen her in this regional yet. Cameron Meyer has danced out of so many jams against Missouri through game 1, where they stranded 8 runners on the base paths. Today they have left 3 runners on the base paths. Can she do it again with 1 away and a runner on third? That's fouled back and out of play. 1-1 count.
Yeah, Katie Chester here. If she's not able to get a hit, I almost think that she's looking to do a sac fly. Can she get the ball lifted into left field?
Fouls it straight back, and now the Summit League's career strikeout leader is in the driver's seat with a 1-2 count.
Coach Jeff Cottrell talked about having productive outs today. If you're going to get out, make sure that they are productive. Quality at bats against Cameron Meyer. But Cameron Meyer said, not today, with that rise ball that she's relied on so many times before. Up through the zone, a big, big out here for Cameron Meyer. In her first K of the day, and she makes it count.
She's had some big pitches in this regional. That misses outside. Back to the top of the order. It's Jenna Laird. Would love to pick up her 30th RBI of the season right here. Ahead in the count 1-0. Laird swinging into left center field. Long run here. Kramer goes back, makes the catch, and bangs into the wall. Saves a run. Great point. Tried to be aggressive. Washington tried to kind of jump on it to avoid that, and she started a few hitters off with that changeup, and I think that backed them off a little bit. And again today has Omaha just asking some questions at the plate right now.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have a changeup pitcher, oftentimes we want to swing early in the count because it is an opportunity to eliminate the changeup as being a factor after 2 strikes.
Feels like so often that first inning, maybe the second inning, so important. Like, who can insert a little bit of doubt in the other team's mind?
Yeah, absolutely. There was often times, and I definitely wasn't a changeup pitcher, but I would throw a changeup once or twice in the first inning, and our catcher, Shannon Depking, and I, who's now the coach at Syracuse, we would say, okay, let's have 1 or 2 changeups in the first inning. Their offense is really good, and it needs to be a statement pitch. We need to make sure everyone in the dugout sees this changeup. Let it be at a key point so then it can carry you through the rest of the game, that hitters will keep that in the back of their mind.
How hard did you throw your changeup?
Oh, my gosh. Well, the changeup was a really hard pitch for me to get command of. And Usually changeups are 10 to 15 miles an hour slower than your average speed, but in my case, I was throwing, 75 plus, so I needed almost 25 miles an hour slower to bring it in at a 53 miles per hour. Yeah. Hard to do. That's hard to do.
I watched you throw a lot of pitches. I did not see a ton of changeups.
Like I said, you just need one or two sometimes.
I like it.
As a statement.
I like it. 1-2 pitches upstairs, ball 2. This is the bottom of the 5th with Omaha at the plate. Krings going against Ava Rongish to lead things off. Omaha, the home team, because they are 2-0 in the Columbia Regional.
Yeah. Lauren Krings has a .250 batting average versus left-handed hitters. She's been able to keep the top 3 hitters for Omaha quiet today, but Ava Rongish is definitely a challenge. She's been hot this tournament, and the righty on lefty matchup plays in her favor.
Watches that upstairs. Full count here. Rongish walked her first trip up. She was the first of back-to-back walks in the 2nd inning with 2 outs. This time trying to get it going to lead off this 5th inning. (3-2) fouled back. Both pitchers have been outstanding. Krings has not given up a hit. Myers only given up 3, but I think both teams have made these pitchers work.
Yeah, this is definitely a pitcher's duel. Krings has really stepped up yesterday and today as well.
Again, fouled out of play. Krings threw 11 pitches in the first, 12 in the third, 11 in the fourth. The outlier was the 2nd inning when she threw 26 pitches, excuse me, and that's when she had those 2 walks. That misses. Rongish on first with nobody out.
That's a good eye by Ava Rongish. Definitely low. I don't think Lauren Krings and the Missouri audience like it, but that pitch is a little bit low. Great job by Julia Crenshaw trying to give as much as she can on the frame, but I do believe that was the right call. This is Lauren Krings' 3rd walk today.
The other one, Rongish has 2. It was J.L. Johnson who steps to the plate right here. Swinging first pitch, skies it, shallow left field. And over is Jenna Laird to make the catch, 1 out.
Number 12, the first baseman, Olivia Aiden.
Now down to the 8 hole to face Lauren Krings. Olivia Aiden, Omaha, still looking for their first hit off the Tigers senior from Loveland, Colorado. And there for strike 1. Lauren Krings has been lights out over the last month, really. Had just 5 earned runs allowed in her last 39 1/3 entering this regional. Hard hit ball. Krings stabs it. Chance for 2. Krings, Gallagher, hey. There's Meyer and Krings, Monica. Exactly what you've been waiting for. The true pitcher's duel. Krings has the no-hitter going. Meyer has given up 3 hits, but no runs.
Yes. Good old pitcher's duel. This is what softball is about.
Strike 1 to Alex Honnold. Big test here in the 6th inning as the opportunities start to get slimmer and slimmer. Just a couple innings to play. This is a big chance for Missouri. 2-3-4 led off by Alex Honnold. And Honnold sends it through the right side for a leadoff single. Honnold's 5th hit of the weekend. She does not have an extra base hit, but has still been good at the plate.
Second baseman, number 1, Abby Gallagher.
many times in softball now, the philosophy is not to sacrifice bunt, but here I think that we will see Maddie Gallagher try to bunt Alex Honnold over purely because of how hot Abby Hay is. Also, how tough it's been for Missouri to get hits off of Cameron Meyer getting late in the game.
She did go around there, strike one. Gallagher just the one hit this weekend. She's walked twice, has been hit by 2 pitches.
There she turns around. This is a big out for Cameron Meyer. Trying to keep Honnold at first base.
He's never looked phased at any point this weekend. Batters, they called a timing violation on the batter, Maddie Gallagher. I looked up at the clock and it was at about 6 and she wasn't in the box. And so a strike on the batter.
You see the clock in the bottom right-hand corner. The batter has to be in the box at 10 seconds. If not, there's a strike on the batter.
Good recognition. I think it came from Anita Robinette over at third base. Swinging now at that 2-2 pitch. And stays alive. Mike Bartling behind the plate. Craig Hyde at first. John Schaefer at second. And Anita Robinette at third base. Man, this has been tough for them. We've had so many close plays. They've done an outstanding job all weekend long.
The umpiring crew has done an excellent job.
There it is, that big out that you were talking about. They do throw to first. That gets away, and it goes into the dugout. So Honnold able to take second and then over to third. Wow. A rare defensive mistake for them.
The catch is exactly what you want, but Rongish got a little too aggressive on the runner. I think this might be contested with the umpire. I'm not sure Honnold should get third base on this. I have question marks here. And why she wouldn't just be at second base only.
You're not the only one. Mike Hurd also has some questions.
Yeah. Usually it's awarded one base. She wasn't already on her way to second base when the throw was overthrown. She was trying to get back to first.
I think you're making the same point that Mike Hurd is making, because that was the kind of the motion he made when he walked out to talk to first base umpire Craig Hyde.
I think Alex Honnold also thought she was going to be at second base. See, Honnold is on her way back to first base when the ball is there, and then she takes off when it goes through the dugout. I do believe the call is one base. Not sure what they're going to do here.
Looks like everything will stay put. Honnold will stay at third base. They never got the sacrifice to work at the plate from a bunt perspective. It worked out much better, though. The throw from Rongish goes into the Omaha dugout. Honnold from first to third now with just one away, and maybe the hottest Missouri Tiger hitter at the plate in freshman Abby Hay.
This is absolutely a lucky break for Missouri, especially with their big hitter Abby Hay, hitting .325 on the season, but .500 in this regional.
.1-0, just misses outside. 2-0. Is there a point for you in an at-bat like this with Abby Hay? You made the point earlier, not a ton of protection for her. Is there a point as a pitcher where you say, okay, I'm going to change this. We might go around her a little bit? And that maybe answers the question with strike one.
Yeah, I think as the game goes on, you have to respect the fact that Abby Hay does have some power and she is hitting really well. Now, she has flown out twice. But
ground ball to Meyer, holds Honnold at third base and gets the out. Man, so many big outs for Cameron Meyer.
Yeah, that is not just big, that out is huge. in a hitter's count, but off the end of the bat from Abby Hay for the soft ground ball. Great PFP. Cameron Meyer checks, and she does the long toss over to first base.
Was your preference overhand or underhand to first base if you were kind of on the move that way?
I think pitchers need to be able to do both. They need to be able to do both. There's nothing wrong with an underhand toss. It really depends on the speed, what they're comfortable with, and how much time they have.
Good spot there on the inside corner. Cameron Meyer jumps ahead 0-2. She has struck out just one batter today. Crenshaw is 0 for 2. A fly out and a line out. 2 outs and 1 on. And that hits Crenshaw on the knee. Another hit by pitch for Cameron Meyer, and Missouri leads the SEC big time in that category, over 80 on the season now.
Not sure that's the stat I would want people talking about if I was the coach. But adding base runners, whether it's a walk, whether it's a hit by pitch, helps turn the lineup over. This is a reviewable call. Yeah, gosh, it's hard to tell if she did lean a little bit. She definitely,
that right knee a little bit.
I think she did like try to put her knee there. When you see the side view, it looks that way. Front to back, not so much. But nonetheless, runners at first and third.
Stefania Abrascato from Smithtown, New York, another freshman in this Missouri order, trying to come up with something special here. Jumps ahead in the count 2-0. She's 0 for 2 today, 2 for 10 on the weekend with a walk. Just 121 this season with runners in scoring position. Swings through the head, wow.
Big swing and miss there on the Cameron Meyer rise ball. Excellent execution on this pitch. A 2-0 hitters count rise ball. Such a good call by catcher Sydney Ross.
Ross calls all the pitches for Cameron Meyer. They've been doing it a long time together, and that's fouled off to make it 2-2. Mike Hurd and Cameron Meyer have both praised Ross all season, but this weekend at the regional about what she means to this battery. So Cameron Meyer gets a lot of the praise, but could not be happening without Sydney Ross behind the plate calling the pitches. 2-2, softly hit on a line, and they go to first instead and make the play. Maggie O'Brien takes care of it. 20 stranded runners over the weekend.
Good coaching point here, but Mara Kramer in the outfield has some downtime. She could have let that mistake get to her, but then comes up clutch on the long run when it really mattered to prevent Missouri from scoring.
First pitch is low from Lauren Kring. She has allowed 3 base runners in this game. Kramer hoping to become the 4th. Those 3 have reached on walks. And swings, and there it is, the first hit down the line for Mara Kramer. Big turn, she's headed for second, and she's safe. Kramer getting it done with the bat this time.
Mara Kramer making her at-bat count down the right field line, but base running is where it's at. She does not hesitate. Knowing off the bat she's got to find a way to get to 2. Doesn't even break stride, sliding in safe at second base.
A visit here with Krings from Larissa Anderson, and a giant hug for her senior pitcher. And you have to ask the question, is that the last time Lauren Krings has taken the field at Mizzou Softball Stadium? She'll need some help from the freshman, or excuse me, from the sophomore Taylor Pennell, who enters here with nobody out and a runner on second base. Top of the Omaha order is coming up.
Geico can help cover cars, homes, motorcycles, and even accordions.
Pretty liberating knowing Geico can help insure our car
And with our home insurance, your accordion, too.
We're not the only ones out here taking advantage of Geico.
Smoke him, Edna. You sure showed him.
That's your pickled peppers I did.
Whatever you need, from coverage to service, get more with Geico.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pups are fun size, and you can eat them anywhere.
Wow, they're packed with cheese and pepperoni.
Keep those hands at 10 and 2. Check your blind spot.
Take delicious Little Caesars Crazy Puffs anywhere for the incredible price of only $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
3 straight starts this weekend for Lauren Krings. They would not be here without her. 5+ innings, 1 hit allowed. It just came to Mara Kramer there. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. The runner belongs to her as Taylor Pinnell takes over. The sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri, and the nation's save leader in a big spot.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Taylor Pinnell. One thing to note, she's facing the hot hitter Ava Rongish, also a lefty. So we are in a lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, we're going to try and tag here. Long throw, gets by, and it goes into the dugout.
Oh my gosh.
And Omaha gets one back. It just happened to them an inning ago, and now Kramer comes all the way around to score. The Mavericks lead the Tigers.
Wow, so interesting here. Making the long throw on the advance by Mara Kramer, the aggressive base running, but it goes into the dugout, securing the next base. And the lead for Omaha.
Maggie O'Brien tries to lay one down. Lindsey Tucker hit the laser into right field to Kaylee Langer out there. Not a bad throw. It short hopped the third baseman a little bit, but as far as timing goes, it was going to be a close play. Unfortunate bounce.
Really aggressive base running by Mara Kramer at second base. It wasn't a very deep, it was a mid-center fly ball, but in a close game, you have to take a little bit of risk. And in this case, the risk paid off.
Ground ball right side smothered by Abby Hay, and there's 2 outs. This is the bottom of the 6th inning. Missouri is the away team because they are coming from the elimination side of the bracket. Mara Kramer has saved runs with her glove. She has provided a run now in the 6th for Omaha to lead Missouri. They beat the Tigers on Friday night to start this run, 3-1 in 9 innings. How many different names have we said have been a hero for Omaha? Everyone seems to have made a play, whether it's with the bat or with the glove.
They've had different people step up at different times. There you see back-to-back changeups from Taylor Pinnell. That is her best pitch. It's what has made her such a good closer over the course of the season.
Off the end of the bat, way out in front of it, Laird takes care of it. Missouri down 1. One last chance.
Some work to do. Important for Omaha to not look ahead yet. Stay in the moment. To be able to go after these last 3 outs.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, Kara Daly has had a good day. 2 doubles. She has seen the ball probably the best she's seen it in a while.
Led off the 5th inning with one of those doubles. Wants to do it again here in the 7th. It's her first 2 hits of the weekend. Entered the day 0 for 7 with a hit by pitch as that misses for ball 2. That was pitch number 100 from the workhorse, Cameron Meyer. 2-1. Does not get that spot.
Nice pitch, but low. Cameron Meyer now having to work her way back. Trying to go well on the low zone. Just a little bit too low below the knees.
On a lead-off walk for Daly, who has reached all 3 times against Meyer. The Tigers won't go quietly.
No, you never want a lead-off walk in the top of the 7th, but this isn't necessarily the worst thing for the Omaha defense, just because of how well Kara Daly has seen Cameron Meyer today.
Langer lays down the bunt, foul ball though. They're saying it hit her out of the box, I believe, before she got out of the box. Strike 1.
Yeah, it hit her in the box. So she will get another opportunity to move Daly. I actually don't think the ball hit her.
No, it didn't. And that's tough because that was a perfect sacrifice bunt to move Daly over to second base. That's inside for ball 1, so now a 1-1 count, but I think Missouri would gladly take the out in the runner in scoring position.
They'll contest that it didn't hit the batter, perhaps. That would have been a first.
1-1, that does catch the zone. 2 strikes, and now Langer has to swing away.
Really good pitch there by Cameron Meyer. Langer not squaring around a little bit late on that bunt. Allows Cameron Meyer's 2-seam fastball to get in on her.
Just a little down again. We saw that spot just a moment ago. Mike Hurd looks on. Year 3, said it happened maybe a little quicker than he thought. The success of this program. 2-2. Hit into center field. Kramer has it. 1 out. Tough break, Monica, for Missouri there after the sacrifice bunt attempt, and now instead there's 1 out and Daly's still at first base.
Yeah, that was a good work by Sydney Ross and Cameron Meyer, protecting the bunt and then not allowing Daly to be able to advance on the fly ball.
Pinch hitter going to come in for Larissa Anderson. It's Madison Walker, a freshman from Olathe, Kansas, has 20 hits on the season. 2023 Kansas Gatorade Player of the Year. Has not seen a lot of action over the last month. Seniors from Missouri can only look on. That is low for ball 1. Owen Krings hoping to have another opportunity. Jenna Laird on deck. That's fouled straight back. Good cut there by Walker.
I think everyone in the dugout, on the field, everyone's heart's racing right now, trying to channel that emotion.
Every game this weekend decided by 4 runs or fewer, 2 of them decided by 1 run. Hit into right field, and the freshman delivers! It sends Daly to third. How about that from Madison Walker?
Good piece of hitting by Madison Walker. Takes the high outside rise ball and just gets it in, just fair down the right field line. Great placement allows Daly to advance to third base, and the go-ahead run is now on first.
Hugs for Walker in the dugout as she keeps the Tiger hopes alive. They're in business, 1st and 3rd. Out 2 on for Jenna Laird, the senior, leads this team offensively.
The infield is in. Going to attempt to gun down the runner at third if she tries to go with just 1 out.
Laird has 69 hits on the year, and the runner will take second base to set up second and third with just 1 away. This is what Missouri's done with runners in scoring position today. 0 for 5, just 7 for 26. Good for a 194 average on the weekend. 24 left on base. They've had their opportunities, Monica, and this would be one of those moments that would haunt them if they can't find a way.
Jenna Laird has a .383 batting average with runners in scoring position this year.
2-1. Laird swinging, and it's bobbled a little bit. They have to go to first. Tie game. Jenna Laird delivers as the freshman Blackston comes across. That was laced at Lindsey Tucker at second.
Hard hit ground ball, but playing in. Good job by Tucker, though, still getting an out. With 2 outs, it allows the defense to play back a little bit more.
The 30th RBI of the year for Jenna Laird in her senior season. And now Alex Honnold. Honnold, deep to right center field! Gone! Alex Honnold!
If you don't have chills right now, you might be the only one. The senior, Alex Honnold, coming through clutch.
She hit 14 a year ago. This year, that power has been doubles, but Honnold comes through, the senior from West Des Moines, Iowa. It was the freshman Walker, and then Laird tied the game before the senior Honnold delivers the big swing.
And a big swing it was on the inside corner, but Alex Honnold drops her barrel and lobs that ball all the way into deep right center. The crowd erupted. I think Alex Honnold knew it was gone off the bat. Missouri feeling good, coming back after giving up the early run to Omaha.
It's a smile maybe creeping onto the face of Larissa Anderson there. She was just high-fiving her players at the top of that dugout. A 3-1 count now for Cameron Meyer. There's 2 outs. Gallagher pops that up and out of play, 3-2. It's upstairs, a 2-out walk here for Gallagher, and that gives Abby Hay another chance. Wondering why Alex Honnold's home run wasn't a walk-off. They are the visitor, even though they're in their normal home dugout on the third base side. They have to beat Omaha twice today. They lost to them on day 1, 3-1 in 9 innings.
Only 3.5% of teams starting with a first-round loss advance. Missouri today attempting to change their odds.
Up and in, ball 1. Still just a 2-run game. Omaha has found a way on numerous occasions. They'll have the heart of their order coming up, 4, 5, 6. Don't want to give Missouri anything else. One is fouled back to even the count at 2-2. Has this regional had everything or what?
It absolutely has. We've had the diving catches, the big strikeouts, the big hits, the crowd going wild, the upsets. Missouri in this 7th inning versus Cameron Meyer has swung at the first pitch 3 times and had success, but in the rest of the game, 0. Hasn't swung first pitch at all. In this 7th inning, Missouri's offense came out way more aggressive and focused, not willing to let one good pitch go by.
That's what Larissa Anderson said she wanted to see, as that pitch misses for ball 4. Back-to-back walks now. 2 on with 2 out.
And I think that we will probably see a pitching change here. Sydney Neusmer is going to come out to give Cameron Meyer a little bit of a break.
Sydney Neusmer has been her biggest fan this weekend. We saw her kind of with the bow down to her the other day, but an exchange there for Nebraska. Speaking of not being places without somebody, they would not be here without her. She threw a complete game shutout in an elimination game in the Summit League tournament to beat Kansas City. That first pitch goes to the backstop and both runners advance. Sydney Ross, a lot of experience, just trying to keep her calm behind the plate as Julia Crenshaw is the batter.
Sydney Neusmer, she has a floaty changeup. She also throws a lot of drop balls. There's the changeup that you'll see from her. She keeps it low. She has a 2.7 ERA, but the changeup is what makes her successful.
What do you mean by that when you say floaty?
It floats. It floats. So instead of kind of coming at you, you see the changeup and it floats like it has wings. So think of the ball with wings on it. Tends to float through the zone rather than, say, a Krings changeup that comes at you.
3-0 behind in the count here, does hit the inside corner. Neusmer was a 70-game winner at Elkhorn High School, helped them to a state title when she was there. She wants to retire the Missouri backstop and get the Omaha bats back up there. 3-1. That hits the zone for strike 2 to the dismay of the Missouri fans.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Low strike. Across the full white of the plate. Right above the knee.
Full count from Neusmer. This is hit hard through the 5-6 hole. 1 run scores, another one coming around, and Missouri has plated 5 in the 7th. Omaha now just trying to find any way they can to get out of this. Meyer had only given up 8 hits through the first 2 games. She gave up 6 today. Neusmer gives up the 7th to Missouri as a team.
Yeah, Missouri's offense has definitely stepped their game up since yesterday. A lot more just quality at bats, watching less pitches, going deeper in counts at times. As their offense starts to roll a little bit, they're going to look to try to take that into the second game if they can close this out.
It's going through Cameron Meyer's mind right now in that dugout. I'm sure you've had a situation where you've had to go back-to-back potentially. How difficult is this if this is what happens?
You know, Cameron Meyer has thrown really well. I think she's probably trying to let go of that walk and the leadoff walk, and a little bit of frustration as well. It'll be important for her to rebound going into game 2.
Quick little touch up there for Crenshaw, I think, behind the plate. Get her armband fixed up. To your point, the crowd has just been massive all weekend for Missouri, and it was an upsetting first night for them, dropping that first game to Omaha, but it's a big-time response. Backs against the wall.
Yeah, and the fans have showed up all 3 days. I think they're a little emotionally invested as well.
Just a little bit. It's a foul from Alex Olson. 4-5-6 here for Omaha against Pinnell. They are 0 for 4 this part of the order with 2 walks today. Remember, Lauren Krings had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning before a leadoff double from Mara Kramer, who ended up coming around to score. And based on everything we've seen this weekend from Omaha, at that point you're thinking they're going to do this thing.
Yeah.
Two-1 to Olson. It's low. 3-1. Crenshaw wants a word. Pinnell would be in line for her 4th win of the season. Has 14 saves, that leads the country. She was outstanding in SEC play, 17 strikeouts and 15 and 2/3 innings, a 1.34 ERA in SEC play.
Nice curveball here from Pinnell. Best thing about this is the level that it's at. Stays nice and low, right across the knees.
Hard hit just off the glove in foul territory by Daly. We'll do it again. Bruce Anderson said Pinnell was asking her to become a starter, and Anderson was ready to do it. Come the fall, they were going to work on stuff, and she was going to take over in a starting role, and ended up coming back to coach and saying, look, I want to lead the nation in saves, and that's what she's done this season.
Yeah, shows a lot of maturity for Pinnell to kind of think through herself as a pitcher and how she can contribute, but also, again, going back to that communication piece that Larissa Anderson has worked so hard at this year.
It's hit well into left field, and then stumbling in left is Cahalan. Olson is on second with nobody out.
And that's just what Omaha needed. A leadoff double by Olson to get the offense rolling. The changeup, she stays back on it though. Able to lift the ball. Nice effort by Cahalan, but most likely probably should have stayed at her feet to keep Olson to a single.
10th double of the year for Alex Olson. Now Sydney Ross gets a chance. She takes that for ball 1. Ross's double yesterday brought in 2 runs to tie the game against Washington. The Huskies plated 2 against Omaha in the first inning and then got shut down the remaining 6 by Cameron Meyer. There's Meyer trying to stay hydrated in the dugout. Just saw on the top right of your screen, Alabama has punched their ticket to Supers next weekend. We'll start to see all those teams begin to make their way.
Taylor Pinnell not afraid to use that changeup time and time again.
Awkward spinner, smothers it with her glove, and there's one out. I'll gladly trade the out for that runner moving up to third.
Left fielder number 23, Ava Rock.
Missouri 2 outs away from forcing Game 7 of this regional. Rongish has 2 walks on the day. Swings through that first pitch. Pinnell really has him off balance right now.
Ava Rongish swings through this pitch, but Pinnell with the changeup again. She'll throw it over and over and over again. Combined with that curveball, that she's able to just focus on the height and the spin of it. She's not a big strikeout pitcher. She does use her defense.
0-2, fouled straight back. The thing about this Missouri team, talk about Pinnell understanding the ability to use her defense. You said the same thing about Krings, and Missouri's defense has been good today. But it's just a group that seems like they really understand their roles and embrace them, not just the pitching staff, but across the board. There is a strikeout for Pinnell. 2 outs.
Yeah, Pinnell has 2 different changeups, both in varying speeds, but this one right here, see how she takes a lot more off of it? Here's her throwing motion. It's so deceptive. She comes through that changeup so hard, but is able to stop her momentum to take off the speed.
1 out away,
There
gets
it
the
is
strike.
again.
Yep. And it's J.L. Johnson. Last chance for Omaha, down 4. 0-1 in there. She goes from outside to inside.
I think that's 4 in a row now. Will it be 5?
0-2. Up the middle, Pinnell stabs it. Missouri not done yet. that right
yeah,
knee a little bit.
I think she did like try to put her knee there. When you see the side view, it looks that way. Front to back, not so much. But nonetheless, runners at first and third.
Stefania Abrascato from Smithtown, New York, another freshman in this Missouri order, trying to come up with something special here. Jumps ahead in the count 2-0. She's 0 for 2 today, 2 for 10 on the weekend with a walk. Just 121 this season with runners in scoring position. Swings through the head. Wow.
Big swing and miss there on the Cameron Meyer rise ball. Excellent execution on this pitch. A 2-0 hitters count rise ball. Such a good call by catcher Sydney Ross.
Ross calls all the pitches for Cameron Meyer. They've been doing it a long time together, and that's fouled off to make it 2-2. Mike Hurd and Cameron Meyer have both praised Ross all season, but this weekend at the regional about what she means to this battery. So Cameron Meyer gets a lot of the praise, but could not be happening without Sydney Ross behind the plate calling the pitches. 2-2, softly hit on a line, and they go to first instead and make the play. Maggie O'Brien takes care of it. 20 stranded runners over the weekend.